Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the Masters of the Wild book today for a Prestige class video. The Prestige class we'll be doing today is called the Frenzied Berserker. There are two Prestige classes just like this in 3rd edition. This one, me and my friends always refer to as the Frenzied Berserker, and then the other one we always refer to as the Berserker because you could take a totem animal and transform into it. So let's look at what the requirements are for this Barbarian Prestige class. And then let's see what you get on the table by level. It's a 10 level Prestige class. And then we'll read in on greater detail on the effects of those abilities on the table. I'll give any inputs as I go on things I would change or modify for a Pathfinder game. The big thing you need to change is how rage works, because it is different from 3rd edition D&D to Pathfinder. 3rd edition D&D, you had so many uses per day you could enter a rage, and in that rage you could be in a rage in rounds equal to your new Constitution modifier, where in Pathfinder you just have so many rounds you can rage. So if you are going to use this for Pathfinder, you'll have to figure out how you want to modify that as both a player or a game master and get your game master's approval if you're using it as a player. So the requirements: your alignment has to be any non-lawful. Your base attack bonus needs to be +6, so you have to be at least a 6th level barbarian. You need to have the following feats: cleave, destructive rage, intimidating rage, and power attack. Now, as you gain levels in this Prestige class, your hit dice is a d12, like I said, and your skill points are 2 plus your intelligence modifier. The following skills are class skills, and the first thing I would do is I just sub out barbarian class skills as class skills for this. But the following skills are class skills: climb, intimidate, jump, ride, and swim. Jump is now acrobatics, and that's the only major thing out of that list that's changed. Now, as a Frenzied Berserker, you don't gain any new weapon or armor proficiencies. You only just carry over what you already have. So let's look at the table. Just like any fighter class or barbarian class, it has the best attack bonus in the game. So at 1st level in the Prestige class, it's at a +1. And at 10th level, it's a +10. So if you went straight into this and just leveled until it maxed out, adding your barbarian level to this, you would be at a +16 attack bonus by the end of 10th level. Your best save is Fortitude save. At 1st level, it starts at a +2. By the time you reach 10th level, it's +7. It follows any save out of the core rulebook for any of the classes. That's the good save for the class. Your reflex and your will save are the worst saves for this class. So just like any of those classes from the core rulebook, they start at a +0 at 1st level, and by 10th level they're only a +3. And now remember, all these saves and all these base attacks stack with the existing class. So your 1st level of this class, your Fortitude goes up an additional +2 for its base save. Now at 1st level you get Frenzy once per day. So like I said, that would need to be changed to rounds or something for Pathfinder, but you don't have control of exiting Frenzy. So there's things that you'd have to play with. I'll see if I can come up with something by the end of this video. And then you have Remain Conscious. At 2nd level, you get Supreme Cleave. And we will see what that is in a few minutes. In 3rd level, you get Frenzy 2 per day. Essentially every odd level, your Frenzy goes up additional use per day. At 4th level, you get Deathless Frenzy. At 5th level, you get Frenzy 3 per day, and improved power attack. At 6th level, you get Inspire Frenzy once per day. At 7th level, you get Frenzy 4 times per day. At 8th level, you get Greater Frenzy and Inspire Frenzy 2 per day. At 9th level, you get Frenzy 5 per day. And at 10th level, you get Inspire Frenzy 3 times per day. And you're no longer winded after a frenzy. and you get supreme power attack. So, beginning at first level, this is the Frenzy ability. Beginning at first level, the Frenzied Berserker can enter a frenzy during combat. While frenzied, they gain a +6 bonus to strength and a single extra attack each round at their highest attack bonus. This latter effect is not cumulative with haste, so if you're hasted, you don't get that extra attack. However, they also suffer a -4 penalty to armor class and take 2 points of subtle damage per round they're in a frenzy. A frenzy lasts a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the Frenzied Berserker Constitution modifier. To end the frenzy before its duration expires, the character may attempt a will save, DC 20, once per round as a free action. Success ends the frenzy immediately. Failure means it continues. The effects of the frenzy stack with those from rage. So if you don't have greater rage than the first level rage, your strength would be up by 10 points when you enter a frenzy and a rage at the same go. Your constitution would be up by 4 points from the rage. And your AC penalty would be at a -6 for raging and frenzying. Just to clarify all that. At first level, the character can enter a frenzy once per day. Thereafter, she gains 1 additional use per day of this ability for every 2 Frenzied Berserker levels she acquires. The character can enter a frenzy as a free action. Even though this takes no time, she can do it only during her action, not in response to another's action. In addition, if she suffers damage from an attack, spell, trap, or any other source, she automatically enters a frenzy at the start of her next action, as long as she still has at least 1 daily use of the ability left. To avoid entering a frenzy in response to damage, the character must make a successful will save, DC 10 plus the points of damage suffered since the last turn, at the start of her next action. While frenzied, the character cannot use skills or abilities that require patience or concentration. No different than a barbarian using skills that require patience and stuff. She can use any feat that she has except expertise, item creation feats, meta magic feats, and skill focus, in a skill that requires patience or concentration. She can, however, use her special ability to inspire frenzy normally. During a frenzy, the Frenzied Berserker must attack those she perceives as foes to the best of her ability. Should she run out of enemies before her frenzy expires, her rampage continues. She must then attack the nearest creature, determined randomly if several potential foes are equal distance, and fight that opponent without regard to friendship, innocence, or health, the target's or her own. When a frenzy ends, the Frenzied Berserker is fatigued, -2 penalty to strength and dex, unable to charge or run, for the duration of the encounter, or until she enters another frenzy, whichever comes first. At 10th level, she is no longer fatigued after a frenzy, though she still suffers the subtle damage for each round it lasts. Starting at 8th level, the character's frenzy bonus to strength becomes a +10 instead of a +6. The next ability you get is Remain Conscious. The Frenzied Berserker gains Remain Conscious as a bonus feat, which essentially allows you to stay up and fighting after you reach 0 hit points. Supreme Cleave. At 2nd level, a Frenzied Berserker can take a 5-foot step between attacks when using the Cleave or Great Cleave feat. She is still limited to 1 such adjustment per round, so she cannot use this ability during a round in which she has already taken a 5-foot step. Deathless Frenzy. At 4th level, a Frenzied Berserker can scorn death and unconsciousness while in a frenzy. Should her hit points fall to 0 or below because of hit point loss, she continues to fight normally until her frenzy ends. At that point, the effects of her wounds apply normally. This ability does not prevent death from spells such as Slay Living or Disintegrate. So you won't die of your wounds until your frenzy ends, in other words, is what it's saying. That's pretty cool in keeping you up and in the fight, but that's also detrimental to the fact that the party now has to invest a lot of items into resurrection spells. Improved power attack. Beginning at 5th level, the Frenzied Berserker gains a +3 bonus on her melee damage rolls for every -2 penalty she takes on her melee attack rolls when using the power attack feat. I'd have to double check in Pathfinder, but I'd just swap out Pathfinder's version of improved power attack, if there is one, or increase the effects of the power attack that exists in Pathfinder. Excuse me. Inspire Frenzy. Beginning at 6th level, the Frenzied Berserker can inspire frenzy in her allies while she herself is frenzied. When she uses this ability, all allies within 10 feet of her gain the benefits and disadvantages of frenzy, as if they had that ability themselves. Those who do not wish to be affected make a will save DC's 10 plus the Frenzied Berserker level plus the Frenzied Berserker's Charisma modifier to resist the effect. The frenzy of affected allies lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the Frenzied Berserker's Constitution modifier, regardless of whether they remain within 10 feet of her. The Frenzied Berserker gains 1 additional use of this ability per day for every 2 additional levels the Frenzied Berserker has, though this ability is still only usable once per encounter. Supreme Power Attack. At 10th level, the Frenzied Berserker gains a +2 bonus on her melee damage rolls for every -1 penalty she takes on her melee attack rolls when using the power attack feat. This effect does not stack with the improved power attack. So here's what I would change out of the improved power attack to the supreme power attack for Pathfinder. I'd take the regular power attack in Pathfinder. In the improved power attack, I would increase the damage by 1 additional point per step. And then the supreme power attack, I'd increase the damage by another 1. So a total of a +3 per step of power attack. And that would be the only difference I would do there. As far as the frenzy, I'd probably let it just sit in the old rules as far as how long it lasts. You can enter it so many times per day and it lasts just that many rounds. Because that puts enough limits on it that, yes, it stacks with your rage. The question is, you can't stop your frenzy, but could you stop your rage while you're frenzying? So that could also be something to consider. It could deal out a lot of damage. I remember that every time we've used a Frenzied Berserker, that's one of the heavy hitters of the party. At least until the spellcasters get up to 6th level spells or higher. Well, what'd you all think of the Frenzied Berserker? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you found this video useful, share it to your friends. Until we all meet again.